What is happening? What is going on? In this video, we are going to be talking about the movie All the Money in the World. Now, before I do that, I want to tell you a little story. When I was a kid, my dad told me a story about this rich kid who was kidnapped. The kidnappers, in order to prove that they had this child, they cut off his ears and took a picture of him without his ears, and they sent it to his family, and then the family paid. Now, I had no idea who the story was about. All I remember is when I heard that story as a kid, I thought I better not get kidnapped, because if they cut off my ears, my dad has no money, so he can't do anything. Anyway, that's the end of the story. Now, this movie is about the true story of John Paul Getty III, who was kidnapped when he was 16. The kidnappers thought his grandfather is the richest man in the world. We're going to ask for $17 million and he's going to give it to us. What the kidnappers didn't know was that John Paul Getty III's mother and father didn't really have any access to John Paul Getty's money. And John Paul Getty, the billionaire, decided, I'm not going to pay this ransom because I have 14 other grandkids, and if I pay ransom for one kid, everybody's going to end up getting kidnapped. So the 16-year-old Getty's parents had no money to pay for the ransom. But throughout the movie, you find out that through his mother's heroic efforts and the Italian police, they're able to come up with the ransom money and able to free the young 16-year-old Getty. That's essentially the story. But the movie is a lot more than that. It's about criminal gangs in the Italian countryside, relationships developing between the hostage and the person who takes you hostage. It's about how rich people behave towards their children, towards the people who work for them, towards their families, and what kind of outlook they have towards what makes them happy in life. It explores certain ideas about wealth. John Paul Getty is dead. The dude died and he left all his wealth on this earth. But while he was alive, he didn't share it with his children. He deprived them of a life of wealth, but they got all the money at the end anyway, because they're his heirs. But while he was alive, nobody was able to enjoy his wealth. So what the hell was the point of everything? That's something that the movie explores also. All the Money in the World stars Mark Wahlberg, Michelle Williams, Christopher Plummer, and Timothy Hutton. And as of this moment, this movie has grossed about $29 million worldwide, and I think it's been out for like 3 or 4 weeks. So it would seem that even the notoriety that the movie received with the replacement of Kevin Spacey with Christopher Plummer hasn't really helped this movie's bottom line. But I really enjoyed this movie. I think it's one of Ridley Scott's best movies. I think the performances by everybody was stellar. I enjoyed everything about this movie. The way the story was told, the way the movie was shot. I give this movie an 8 out of 10. You should go watch this movie. And I wanted to thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up, subscribe. It will be much appreciated. I'll see you in the next video.